Welcome to Deku in a Nightmare. Today we will, how would you say, finally have interactions in between all characters. I've been preventing this since the very first episode for reasons. And now that it's part 5 or 4, I may do this now. Or at least technically part 2 if you think about it. Numbers don't matter. It's what you do with the numbers. Now, from how long? Technically part 5, but I usually combine videos to kind of get them out the way. But anyways, let's see what happened next in What If Deku was in the Little Nightmares universe. As we go, Deku still injured after escaping the twins. Or, sorry, nah. I guess for now, because they still have that. You know what? Yeah, it would make more sense. I'm not gonna say anything. So, for reasons, I'm going to have not yet Deku be healed. I guess he is gonna be healed eventually, but I mean, Deku, they're gonna stay in this spot for a while, or where it's safe, a safe place. Deku, this is out of his knowledge, so Deku doesn't know any place. He never really made it out of the kitchen, because I mean the kitchen has the most food, so I mean yeah. And now technically 2 threats are almost, I guess technically. Yeah, I guess, yeah, it'd be 2 still, yeah. I feel like I killed the twins off, but I didn't, huh. Anyways, besides that, what would happen is that Deku, as soon as he made it out of the doorway, tiny doorway, he would have been knocked out unconscious, or fainted due to, losing blood, too much blood. As Deku would, how would you say, for the best of their abilities, everyone will try to help them or help him. As 7, 4, and 3 are trying to find out a way how to stop the bleeding and kind of prevent Deku's death, because they know without Deku, they dying. Deku's not just the most tactical and smartest of the group, but he's also the most willing to do something. How would they know that? I mean, I do remember me putting in 1v1 between him and Janitor. Yeah, he probably ripped out the Janitor's eyes. At least I think I accidentally edited that part out for reasons I can't remember. But yeah, the original video without editing, when he was fighting the Janitor, was how the Janitor lost his eyes was supposed to be when he went versus Deku. So it's kind of a, yeah, let's just say the Janitor didn't really like Deku that much for reasons. I mean, he took out both of his eyes, so I mean, not just that, but he had to, practically make a new skin, or go to the doctor to get a new skin. So yeah. Yeah. He got PTSD from Deku now. If that's even wait, what that mean? But no, I don't think that'd be possible since they're technically human. Yeah, never mind. No, he wouldn't have PTSD. And I can't make that as a joke because it wouldn't be possible. Anyways, then, you know, these little things start, you know, appearing. These little things start to appear, you know, in places. These little people. I guess not little people, but you know what I'm talking about. Those little, you know, gnome things that look like gnomes that have, you know, those hats on. You know, the tiny humans. I can't remember what they're named. I'm not gonna lie. I forgot what they were named. Yeah. But anyways, they appear, you know. You know, I believe I called them not dumplings. What did I name them? Because I feel like I gave them a name in one of the taken out edited scenes. What are they called? Munchkins. Yeah, that's what I call them. I call them Munchkins. Don't know why. Weird names, anyways. Yeah. Munchkins. These Munchkins, you know, started to not help, but kind of, you know, bring, you know, towels here and there, you know, new fresh towels to, you know, put on Deku. Because they're unable to find, you know, bandages and, you know, anything else that'd be considered, you know, useful is kind of, you know, infected with, you know, either dirt or something. Nah, I said... Nah, because that wouldn't have stopped Deku, because Deku's already immune to that, so that wouldn't... For reasons, let's say... there was no types of things to help themselves with. I mean, I technically did say he patched it up, but I mean, that wasn't really a permanent patch, because I mean, it's a giant hole like through his chest, so I mean, yeah. Missed his spine, by the way. If you're wondering how he's not dead, it missed his spine by like an inch. The knife like missed his spinal cord just by an inch. And also, you know, magically avoided like every other, you know, lethal, you know, organ. So yeah, he got that luck on him, or just plot, maybe. Nah, more luck. Nah, more of luck. Yeah. But yes and no, because he is smart enough to do this on his own without plot armor. So I mean, yeah. Anyways, what happens now is that Deku, after, you know, getting a new set of, you know, bandages, or, no, I'd say no, there'd be, like, mini towels. So, yeah, Deku would use, you know, instead of, you know, trying to soak up all the blood, Deku would try to, you know, use the towels he gains from, you know, the Munchkins, as, you know, he'd start, you know, folding the towels into more of a bandaged, not fold them, sorry, like, come on, rip them apart. So, you know, he can kind of, you know, wrap them around his body, tying them together to kind of, you know, make a bandage, a makeshift bandage. Not good, but I mean, it will hold for now, at least. As you know, when he did take off, you know, the bandages from, you know, his back and, you know, his front, 3 looked at, you know, him, and all she saw was a giant hole. Like, she can see straight through Deku. She was terrified. Not just that, but she was curious on how he's still alive. I did technically say he did have a healing factor, but his healing factor is just actually... what was it called? Can't remember. Anyways, yeah, practically. It's adrenaline. Okay, that's... yeah, adrenaline. Adrenaline... Deku has a lot of it over the years, so I mean, yeah. The adrenaline kind of not just stops the pain, but also kind of speeds up his healing factor. I guess his small healing factor. As you know, she's looking through his, you know, chest. As you know, she sees, you know, his blood, you know, tissues and whatnot. You know, very slowly. Like, she actually has to, you know, get close, and, you know, she uses like some type of microscope or something. Not microscope, but like a magnifying glass to see his tissue from their rims. She sees that slowly but surely Deku's tissue, fibers, muscles, like all that, are starting to kind of regenerate. But this causes a lot of stamina, not just stamina, but also, energy. Food, because food, I'll say, unlike other humans, when Deku eats, it creates his healing factor. Or like Momo Yaoyorozu, her, quirk is based on, her, how much fat she has in her body. That's like Deku, but it only works when Deku has, fat in his body, causing him to, regenerate. Which, due to, how much he ate, I'll say he does, it is healing fast, but, he does, he does need a lot more food. If you're wondering how much food he eats in a day, he eats, like, an entire tub full of food in a day. He eats a lot, like, a lot, just to keep up, his speed, stamina, like, all his abilities. Including, keeping his, echolocation as well. Nah, because I'm pretty sure the echolocation's technically... Yeah, that's by instinct. Yeah, never mind. But I mean, like, regeneration and whatnot like that. So that would, heal him. As over the course of a week... When do I want this? They landed on, some type of, rail. Which allowed them to, how do you say, make it to a new location. This new location would be, I believe we are on the right side. Because the first one was janitor, second. Oh, wait, no, yeah. Wait, no. We're going reverse, so yeah. Technically, first is janitor, second are twins, and yeah, the other ones, I don't think there's an enemy after that, so. Yeah. They go kind of like the opposite direction of everyone. As you know, they do have the TV on them. The only reason they didn't use it immediately is because, for one, Deku, he does need flippin' energy, because, I mean, yes, over this week, because, it has shrinked, but not by much, though. It has, regenerated, but not by much. So, over the time, everyone's bonding, except for Deku, because Deku don't like bonding with anyone. And, he's still kind of on edge with 3 still. Still salty, so, I mean, yeah. Still salty at 3. But, eventually, the 3 of them are talking. 4, 3, and 7, They have a little campfire, Deku's probably in the corner somewhere. I'll say he's in this, same alleyway, but he's, like, all the way inside the alleyway. Because I'll say the, mini fireplaces are, midway in the alleyway. As Deku's all the way in the corner of the alleyway. Closed off from, the 3. Deku, he begins to get hungry. Because, yes, if you're wondering how he eats this much food, regeneration, powers, knocking back his, primal urges to just eat people. Yeah, he's eating for, like, his life, practically, because if he doesn't eat, that can very easily mess him up. That can take away, like, a lot of his stuff, like, speed, gone, regeneration, gone, mind, practically gone, like, this practically takes away everything, like, food takes away, like, without food, everything is taken away from Deku. So, yeah. Eventually 3 does, kind of, pop her head out the corner, as I'll say there's, like, a box in between them. So she kind of, jumps, kind of like Mario, over each box. As you know, their boxes, you kind of, dividing them. As you know, Deku, he's there, kind of, cradling himself, trying to keep his, everything in check. Yes. Oh, nothing. I was just wondering, I was just wondering, are you okay? Bruh, this man looks directly at 3, and then points at his chest. Not is it that my new jacket is ruined. Like, he kind of gives out that face, is like, bruh, what you think? I literally have a hole in my chest kind of face. So, yeah. As you know, he waves his finger. Not finger, but, waves his hand to, come closer. Are you sure they're trustworthy? As long as you believe so, I will follow. Of course, though, nothing. I'm not responsible for what happens to them. Now, I think it's ready. I think my abilities are almost complete. Yes, it may render me unconscious, but I may be able to teleport all of us there. Of course, though, that is only one of many things. As you know, I'll say due to Deku having the ability, I'll say he has the TV on him. And it's it's like one of those old-fashioned TVs too, so yeah. It's pretty heavy. And it's somewhat big. At least enough for, people to go through it, so I mean, yeah. As you know, a symbol glows. A symbol glows on the screen. As you know, he tells 3 to get the other 2 before they get caught. If you're wondering why Deku's bringing them, I mean, yes, he is smart, but he sees it easier if he has other people to kind of boss around to kind of survive. So I mean, yeah, that, and he kind of doesn't have anybody to talk to besides 3. So yeah, that's the only reason he has them alive. Why he didn't kill him on first sight, 3 kind of convinced him. So yeah. As with one slight motion, they all hold hands as Deku touches the TV. And they are teleported to the city. Which city do you mean? Little Nightmares 2 city. Who are there and why am I bringing them there? Because that's where they're all gonna meet up at. Meaning that there are a total of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 survivors. What happened to the others? The others just died. Why would I kill them off? Easy. I don't feel like looking for pictures for the rest of them. Also because that'd be too much people to keep track of. As this would be, I guess, where would they be? I'll say this would be before the Thin Man takes 6 out of the TV. Yeah, right about that. Yeah, right about that. So yeah. Deku senses a great disturbance in the Force. As when he touches the TV, they are sucked into it. And out they come out of the city. You know, I'll say this is at the Thin Man attack. Now, like a little bit before it. As you know, 6 got her soul snatched. That's how, you know, she kind of, you know, gained the abilities. Her abilities absorbing other abilities practically. That's why, you know, when she dropped, you know, Mono, she kind of, you know, grabbed his hand for a little bit because, you know, she does need time to kind of, you know, copy or, you know, kind of take his powers. Mostly copy. So, yeah. As they're walking around, and, what are the bosses? Let's see, who do I want them to run into? Hunter's dead, so that's something. Let's see what I can think of. This brain I have. You know what? I have the perfect thing for it. What do I mean by this? Easy, the teacher's already been dealt with. This is in between, I'll say, in the... This is after the doctor. This is right after the doctor. So yeah. They get blasted out of the TV. Deku's unconscious. He ain't getting up anytime soon. They run into, you know, they're running, you know, they see many things. And I'll say, yeah, this is when, you know, everyone's, you know, outside, you know, all the, you know, monsters are outside, you know. As, you know, they're watching the TVs. As that's when Mono and, you know, six kind of, you know, pop out of the TV as well. Or from another TV on the side of that TV. As you know, they're kind of, you know, wartime? They're kind of backing up from each other. You know, they realize, hey, we're trying to do the same thing. We're trying to get out of here. So, yeah. So, yeah, they practically, you know, eventually. Mono takes charge. As, you know, 6 is, you know, trying to kind of tell them, like, hey, you may want to leave, you know, that one behind. If he's, you know, hurt, he'll be useless for us. He's useless. He can't be used much, so he's useless. Just throw him away. As you know, 3 is like, you know, girl fight, argument. Remember, this is before the, you know, Thin Man pulled her in, so she doesn't have, you know, the ability to absorb people yet until she touches Thin Man. So yeah, they fight. Wakes someone up. Who wakes up? Deku. Why? He feels a disturbance. And what is a disturbance? He looks directly at Mono. I see. So you're the one. As three stops, trying to attack, or I guess not attack, but fight with 6, as Jack, or technically Deku's awake. He does have the mask on, so 3 is still the only person who knows what he really looks like. Wow. Yeah. Now, let's go. We need to move forward. As that is when the attack. Oh, I'll just say it was like, I'll say like, a couple days go by. 6 salty. But, after, meeting, after, Deku does make a full recovery, 6 does realize that, Jack is, he's pretty good at surviving. Like, he taught, them how to survive, how to, do certain things, basic things. Because, he knows a lot of the things, but he keeps more of the stuff to himself. So, yeah. Why? Because they wouldn't be able to learn things that he knows. Like, searching things, and also he doesn't trust them. Because he feels like they will die trying to, accomplish or, collect the materials to do whatever. So, yes. Anyway, 6, she starts to want to, get to know Deku. Or, Jack. Jack's, like, he's, like, they're all sleeping on, like a rooftop or something. Deku trying to sleep. He's like, what do you want? Leave me alone, I'm trying to sleep! Like, kind of like that. At least in his mind, because he can't say it out loud, because, yeah, his voice box is, kind of crushed. Or, swollen, technically. Yeah, technically crushed, also? Yeah, technically crushed. So, yeah, he can only, do certain, whispers and whatnot. Even so, the whispers are still distorted. 6 realizes this, 6 realizes that Deku, he never takes off the mask. Unlike Mono, which Mono does take off the masks, a lot of times. He does, unlike Mono, he keeps his mask on. And sees, when, 6 does try to look at Deku, all she sees is hollow, the darkness. So, yeah. Fine. I'll do it. Fine. He gets up, Micah Myers style. He looks at 6. What do you want to know? You're very annoying, you know that. What do you want to know about me? As you know, they kind of talk to each other. Eventually, 6 and, Deku do bond. But not in the way 3 and Deku bond, though. Because, technically 3's been with Deku since decent amount of years. That's all you gotta know. Anyways, yeah. This will be the last, yeah, I believe, yes. Deku waits and realizes something. Hold up. Wait a minute. He thinks real quick. Because let's say, over after, a week or 2, Deku did realize, Mono is able to, eat souls. Huh. Interesting. I have an idea. If I can combine my abilities with him, maybe we're able to... Maybe we're able to get out of here. Out of the city completely. As you know, a high frequency is heard. As you know, Deku sees, some things, but, I'll say 6 is, sleeping, in front of a couple TVs, or, one giant TV, because don't ask me why there's a giant TV on the roof. It's Little Nightmares, practically, so that's my only excuse. So, he sees a giant hand reaching out to, grab 6. Jack, since he is the closest to 6, is practically on the edge of the building. He's like, bruh. Playing hero is gonna get me killed, I swear. As he runs and kind of, Uno reverse cards, 6 with his location, and, his location was 6. Kind of, slipping as, the thin man grabs Jack as Deku is pulled into the TV, into the radio tower. As Mono and the Thin Man have their little fight. They get their little fight here now. Yeah. We all know how this goes. Mono wins. Like, for reasons, I'll say he is a bit stronger in this timeline, so. Because Deku's near him. Deku is like, I guess, an energy source, since he eats everything. Souls, humans, food. Realistically, anything that's eatable and that gives you energy, now that I think about it. Which is practically like anything that lives, I guess. Anything living. He uses everything as a type of food source. And he has to eat certain things to, stay with certain abilities. Like, for him not to see, the visions everywhere. I guess he would stop that, but, his eyes still, hurt. So, he eats kidneys for his eyes. He eats... I guess things. I don't really want to go into that because he eats everything practically. So, souls, people, food, anything really. So, Mono, everyone kind of, they kind of, was stood back. Let's say there's, 6. There's 6, Deku, and then Jack, and then there's 3. And then after 3... there was 7 and 4. And then 11, because I almost forgot about 11. Yeah, 11's also there. So, no, they kind of got left behind, I guess, because Mono was like, fight, begin, yee. So, after the fight, Mono kind of returns, kind of picks them up, brings them to the radio tower. They go into the radio tower. Now we hit the boss. Dun 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 dun. Who's the boss? Unlike, 6, which she has her music box, Deku will be a very terrifying boss. Not just that, but it's because the only way you can actually defeat this boss is if you destroy the mask. Yes, you can still use the mask, but it just needs to be broken in half to kind of, release him from, the genjutsu, I guess, of the radio tower. So yeah, they try to think, because, this, unlike 6, Deku is still, he still has intelligence. Bad for them, because, yeah, Deku, he is feral, so, his attacks are, grabs to, kind of eat them, like, instant eat them, so yeah. Swipes in, here, out, so yeah. He does, eventually trap, like, 11 and, like, 4. Same with, like, 6. They trap, he traps them 3 in a, I guess, pot. And I'll say reasons he has a hammer with him. He was about to be smashed and making some human mashed potatoes. So yeah. Until Mono, he found an axe, as there was a entryway or stair-like substance to go up behind Deku. As Deku senses something behind him. As he looks, as wham, straight to the face, he got axed a question. As the mask breaks in half. And that is when Deku starts to shrink. Deku! Yeah. He shrinks. Not just that, but he grabs the two pieces of the mask. Immediately, because, he don't like people looking at him. He's very self-conscious on how he looks. Still technically human, so yeah. Also very, socially awkward as well, so yeah. So, he grabs the mask, puts him in his pocket. They run. The entire scene where, Mono and, 6 are running to, the exit. As you know... Yeah. This time, they all run. They jump, they make it. Except for Deku. Because, he just got freaking brought back from, a very dark place. Yeah. Like Mono, he kind of, falls, but, they kind of do, a... I'll say two of them fall. I'll say Mono and Deku fall. But, Deku grabs Mono's hand, on the edge, it's about to slip. His hand is, gone. As, 6 appears, I said, nah, I'll say 3 and 6, they're like, we got you, we ain't letting you go. And, 6, she still has, that threat where, if Mono becomes too powerful, he will become the Thin Man, which, since, this didn't happen, she, 6 wanted, to let go of, wanted Jack to let go of Mono. But, Deku, he ain't about that. He a soldier, so he was like, he grabs onto, I'll say a pipe or something that's kind of, stuck in, the concrete. So, he grabs this, swings. And what he does, he swings himself and Mono. No, he swings Mono to, the top. As, 6, kind of sacrificing himself to, save Mono. As 3 kind of jumps after Deku, as they land on the bottom. Or, no, that technically killed him, yeah. As he lands, they're falling. As Deku, he closes his eyes, so, my last words. At least I got to spend them with you. My last breath. My last time on Earth. At least I got to spend with you 3. A friend towards the end. As he closes his eyes. Thank you for everything. As something happens, they don't hear a splat. As some type of blue energy-like substance appears as it's kind of zooms through, going up, like a fast paced, right as the radio tower is about to destroy, the exit. Because I mean the other people are already, six. I know, yeah, six. Mono, everyone else is already across the thing. So right as about the radio tower is about to destroy the portal. That that this whatever it is jumps through the portal. As the portal closes, being destroyed behind it. And, eventually killing the, radio tower itself. So, yes, but now, killing the radio tower as enemy, not manipulating others, technically still, but, everyone's still twisted and manipulated by the tower, that's permanent. So, pretty like a zombie apocalypse. There's no more control. More of the lines of, they're kind of their own things, still have their instincts. The instincts are still, permanently manipulated into them by the radio tower, so yeah. Radio tower dies. And at that same moment, they all looked around, almost curious on what they were at. As, everyone, they look back, saying, there's no mist, dust, since, concrete, the portal closes, being broken. And, yeah, the TV that was used to bring them back is destroyed. Same with the portal. Because let's say the TV was behind the portal and the portal was in front of the TV, for reasons. Kind of like a double gate, almost. Yeah, practically a double gate. As both the TV, small TV, and the portal break. As everyone looks back, seeing dust. And seeing two familiar shapes. One male, one female. As Deku, he gave up everything to save everyone. And not just that, he literally, like, his phasing ability to kind of, phase through, TVs. He, I'll say, 6 technically took that ability. Accidentally. Oh, my head. Why do I feel so weird? Oh, my neck. Wait, where's 3? 3, you're here. Wait, hold up, I can talk? Oh, snap, yo! I can finally... No more whispering, yes. That's something I get out of this. Something actually positive comes from my life. I can breathe clearly. Oh, the air smells so good. As everyone, they hear this voice, but, it's covered in, dust, and, the dust is kind of settling. Eventually, showing everyone that not is Deku still alive, but 3 is also alive. And also, Deku has his voice back. Curing everyone of, their illnesses they had inside of them, all, the, kind of, I'm pretty sure they had things on them. So, any type of, sickness they had is gone. Any type of, radio tower frequency from their brains to the radio tower is gone. So, yeah. They're free. Clean can be. Cleanest flippin' lungs, cleanest, everything. Everything. Except for Deku. Deku was like, bruh. this is practically how I am now, and so I can't really stop that. But I mean, so you know, Deku's like, hey, so we all survived, ha ha ha. Because also, you know, it also, you know, as, you know, it collapsed, you know, a ripple in time appeared, recreating Deku's, you know, mask. He had in his pocket, as, you know, he had it, you know, on his face now. As, you know, 3 woke up. Thank you, 6, for jumping for me. I support you. Now, that's when they all hear a sound in front of them. As they hear a coffee mug crash to the floor. Oh my god, I did it. I didn't know there's so many of you, though. I thought there was only one missing kid that was teleported there. As this would be Night Eye. As he used both TVs to kind of make a frequency that can cross over the dimensions into their own. Both TVs gone permanently now. At least for now. As Deku, you know, his powers being taken away, like a lot of his powers. So, you know, he only has, you know, the average abilities, you know. He still has echolocation because, I mean, that's how he survives. I mean, yeah. That's technically not an ability, but, you know. I mean, not a mutation, but, you know, evolution. See? And, you know, what would change? You know, he wouldn't have any of his teleporting abilities, so that's good. A lot of, you know, he doesn't have any paranormal abilities anymore. Like, you know, his jump and, you know, whatnot, you know, the things that, you know, made him, you know, inhuman are, you know, kind of gone. So, you know, his just dramatic jumping speed, you know, his, you know, unhumanly speed is gone. Because, I mean, that was mostly of the radio tower manipulating him. And without the radio tower, it's kind of, you know, gone. It's still stronger than, you know, normal human, though. Specifically, still 5 times stronger than a normal human. And, you know, technically 10 times? Yeah, because it's quirks. So, I mean, yeah, technically 10 times now. So, yeah, Deku, he's very strong. Still the strongest, you know, smartest of the group. So it's kind of like an awkward moment when they meet Night Eye. They're like, who you? You one of us? You don't look like one of us. So, you know, kind of, you know, argument. As you know, 6, you know, I guess she would still, you know, the thing that will still happen to her. You know, her soul, she will still have her soul. But, you know, she'll still get the hunger sensation. So, yeah. She got that Deku hunger now. Hungry as flip. Also, Deku's hunger is dramatically decreased. Or, you know, how much food he has to eat. So, you know, it's actually, you know, human portions. Actual, you know, normal human portions than what, you know, humans are actually supposed to eat. So, you know, just like a normal plate or 2 or 3. So, yeah. Yeah. That, 6 got that hunger. Because, you know, when she kind of took Deku's powers, she, you know, gained that hunger, and not just that, you know, when the radio tower is destroyed, it kind of took away the powers and kind of left the hunger. So, yeah. So, Night Eyes, he tried to talk, and like, nah. 6 is like, you don't look safe, I'm gonna attack you, so, you know. 6 tries to attack Night Eye, Night Eye dodges, almost, you know, almost, he dodged it, but it kind of hit his arm still. So, yeah. His arm, you know, kind of, it doesn't hurt, but, you know, kind of, you know, it was like a punch. So, yeah. Still got punched, so, yeah. As you know, I'm hungry. So, can you, like, stop, like, fighting this dude? I'm very hungry. I just like, I don't know where we are, but I don't sense any danger anywhere. Especially with my echolocation, I don't sense anyone. No movements, no negative feelings, no emotional distortment. Everything's good. Too good. I don't think we're in our dimension anymore. Or I don't know if we're home anymore. As you know, Night Eye does explain, while, Mono did have to, stop 6 for, going anymore on, Night Eye. Yeah. Mono and 6 kind of not fight, but kind of restrained almost. Yeah, apparently restrained. So restraint is a thing now. So yeah. Let's see what else. I can be a mean person and just end the video right here, but I mean, I'm not gonna do that. Anyways, I actually am really hungry though, so I'll probably end this in like 10, 20 minutes maybe. Probably 10 minutes. Speed round. Anyways, let's go. Hold up, let me drink some Gatorade. This is the beginning. Also, if you're wondering, it was Deku's birthday today, if you're wondering. So Deku is now completely 15. Or 16, depending on what age I put him at last time. Okay, let's go. Mirio comes in. Mirio comes in. Like, mid-explanation, Mirio comes in thinking, they're villains and, that entire, in front of the wall, that was near a window. So that entire part, or, some part of that, chunk of the building, kind of, exploded. Like, imploded almost, so yeah. Mirio thinks they're villains. Mirio tries to fight them. And I'll say he tries to, look for, the strongest one. Or, the most menacing looking. I mean, Deku just looks cool. So, I mean, he'll attack 3. I think he'll either attack... Because... He'll either attack 11, 3, or Deku. Because I'll say... 11 doesn't have a mask on. So, yeah, it's either, 3 or Deku. Mirio goes to attack 3. Deku was like, hold up. Nah, bud. Nah. He grabs Mirio's arm and does like a Deku during, the villain, hero and villain exam. Douche. He just bends down and kind of, points his fingers at Mirio's throat. Listen here. I don't know what a villain is or a hero. All I know is survival. You attack us, I can rip your throat out right here and now. Don't test me. I gone through more things than you can ever think about. Now get out of my way. I'm going. Going where? As you know, Nadego says, you freed us. I'm thankful. But I'm not staying around. I have things to do. Things to probably adapt to society. Who knows what happens next. All I know is that... I got my voice back. My mask is fixed somehow. My friends are okay, so they don't need me anymore. And knowing that there's no radio tower frequency anywhere... they're safe forever. So I don't really need to be here. Realistically, I was only here to kind of protect them until they escaped, realistically. Nah, peace. as you know, 6 and 3 were like, "Hey, you gonna leave us like that?" Deku was like, "Did he not just hear me? I practically used you to survive. Yes, I helped you on the way, which kind of helped both of us, but I mean, I practically used you all as tools. The same way you used me to teleport place to place. Even though I had a stab wound through my chest the size of flippin' machete, like, he looks directly at 4 and 7. Yeah, didn't forget about that. Anyways, I do see you all as friends. Don't need you anymore. Don't need you anymore though. And you don't need me anymore, so there's no point in me sticking around. This is where we go our separate ways. As you know, 6 was like, Shaylesh. As you know, she follows Deku. She's like, hey, bet, you got like a seat for another one? Because, I mean, if we all know that 6 is selfish, like, she literally was afraid of Mono and wanted, kind of, killed Mono or, kind of dropped Mono to make sure that, he doesn't become the Thin Man or, like the Thin Man. But eventually she caused an infinite loop herself. So, yeah. So she is selfish, so, she would go with Deku. And, I'll say 3 would as well, because, I mean, the only friend, or, the only one Deku would kind of, actually say is a true friend would be 3. Yeah, let's go. I don't care anymore. Follow if you will. I'm going. As you know, he walks out, sniffing the air. Fresh air. None of that dirty, polluted air we had back at our place. As you know, 6 was like, where do we go next? I don't know, actually. I don't know. Mostly was gonna go where the wind takes me. Night Eye, after explaining to, the rest of them who didn't leave the building immediately, they kind of, explained everything to, them. Deku's smart enough to find out himself. That's why, kind of, I had him leave the group. Because, I mean, he's smart enough to figure out, quirks are this, he's smart enough to know what, eventually, do some research on, quirks and what quirks are. So, I mean, yeah. He's smart. He's still pretty smart. Oh, so he isn't as, primal anymore. I mean, depending if you count instinct, finding food, primal. I mean, I guess, but I mean, he's not on, like, instant kill primal mode. That's all I'm saying. If worst push comes to shove, and worst thing comes to worst, he will, eat you. Like, it's like his own, like his last, priority, though. So, yeah. I just know he walks, and, people are looking at him weirdly, but I mean, he don't care two flippin' flying flies what people think about him, so. Yeah. I wonder. Also, if you're wondering, this is the beginning of the 10 months. Or a week before the 10 months. So, yes. Yeah. What do you mean? I thought you said 10 months were, the 10 months back in, the other world were already started. As I said, time works. Time works differently from the little planet. Not just that, but, time travel and whatnot. And, practically going in any place in time in another dimension. So, yes. It kind of not brought them back in time, but more of the lines of bring them to the, I'll say the original timeline, the before, as the 10 months were over, Night Eye wasn't able to get the TVs to work at all. But, due to Deku, interaction, fixing the, stuff with the timeline, going through the portal, eventually, fixed everything, kind of, now everything's, properly there. So, yeah. I'll say a little bit early, but I mean, I couldn't stay, in, the Little Nightmares things to get, forever, so I mean, yeah. I mean, creatures may appear here and there, but I mean, they'll be more of the smaller kind. As you know, Deku doesn't have a hood anymore. He still doesn't have a hood. As he walks and walks until he finds, I'll say, he stopped until downtown, looking for, a decent building, a decent abandoned building to kind of, set up shop or, set, camp or base at. This looks better. So quirks are these powers given to people. These quirks are given to people. Not given, but born with. The beginning of a shining baby. Interesting. So... I see. Okay. 3, 6, I found the data we needed to fit in this world. So, I'm gonna say this in the most easiest way possible for you. I don't want to call you dumb, but I mean, I'll say it in, English, not scientist. Yeah, that's better enough. Or nerd, as 6 would put it. People have these powers that are called quirks. Quirks are like powers. Like, there's, a large variety of different, powers and whatnot. I'll say limitless amount of, powers out in the world. And what from I can tell is that, I believe, what was it, like 1/3? No, not 1/3. Like, 2/10 of the world is quirkless. He explains, the basics, yada yada about the quirks. Well, this time... Also, Deku is very tall. He's like... average height is like 5'4". So I'll say either... He'll be... high. Bakugo's pretty short too, so I was like... Hold up. How tall is Deku? I'll say he's like... not 6 foot, but like... 5, 6? Cause I believe... No. Deku originally is 5'4". And I believe Bakugo is also 5'4". To Google. But we all know Bakugo's like, what, like 5'6"? Bakugo is. So that would mean Deku would be... Ito is like the second tallest in the class, so... Tallest in class. Anyways... Let's see. Here we go! There we go, hold up. A bit more closer, there you go. So that would be about. So Coda's up there. Duplo Arms is there. So that would be about. That would make him the size of. What do I want to make him tall? You know, anyways, Deku would be forming a plan on how to get food and whatnot. Yeah, as you know, Night Eye does try to find them because, you know, trying to explain, you know, society don't work how, you know, it does, you know, Little Nightmares. Or, you know, their universe. Which he knows, Deku is noticing, so yeah. Yeah. Anyways. Yo, this man tall! Bro! Eyelash Jack is like 6'2", bro. This man tall. Bro, he's like the tallest out of the class. Bro, hold up. He's like the tallest out of the entire classroom because I believe Duplo Arms is like, what, 6 foot? I think. Hold up. So, yo, he tall. Cause I'm sure I'm like what, like 5'2". So I'm to me that's tall. So I mean yeah. Laughing Jack's 8'2", bro. This man tall, like 8'2", bro. Anyways, enough of that. Yeah, Deku's like 6'2", so he's pretty tall. Especially like pretty tall. And how old is Endeavor? I mean, not how old. How tall is Endeavor? I believe Endeavor's like, what, like 6'7", I believe. So he's a couple feet distance from Deku. So yeah, Deku, he pretty tall. He's a lot more taller than Bakugo is, now that I think about it. So yeah, he's a lot more taller than Bakugo. Yeah, practically. Not by much, because his Bakugo's like 5'7". I was there. They're pretty decent, but you know he's still tall. I believe everyone's like in the 5 category now that I think about it. Yeah, he's pretty tall. He's taller than Todoroki. That's pretty tall. Yeah, he's tall, bro. So I'll say that would mean that 6 would be 5. Yeah, I feel like they'll be taller than normal people, so. They're not right at Deku, though, but I'll say they're like, what, like, like 5'6", 5'7". So yeah, Eyeless, yeah, I mean, not Eyeless, 3 would be 5'6". And, you know, 6 would be 5'6", or, you know, 5'7", sorry. Yeah. So they're all pretty tall. I'm pretty sure they're like the tallest of the group. Especially since that's probably like, yeah. Eventually Night Eye does, you know, find them. You know, because I mean, it's not that hard to track a person with a blue mask. So I mean, yeah. Just gotta, you know, ask some people, you know, they point the direction, so yeah. They see, you know, 3, 6, and, you know, Jack. Practically, you know, Jack's having a plan is like, okay, so we have things here, and here. He has, like, blueprints out for something, so yeah. I'll say for, like, rebuilding a place, so yeah. So we need materials, but how are we gonna get materials, though? So, Night Eye, hey, you didn't let me finish. I don't care what you have to say. I can find things on my own. I may look young, but trust me, I'm pretty smart. Especially since I was the smartest out of everyone here. And not by a lot, but still smartest though. At least when it comes to tactility and strategy and whatnot. So yeah. As you know, they, Night Eye did bring, Mirio and, a couple, other, I guess not, heroes, but, yeah, I'll say he brought Aizawa. And, as you know, Deku's like, after manhandling Aizawa in a battle, practically fighting him, yeah, just one hit was like, bruh. This man, Aizawa, almost, like, his entire, like... He got the wind knocked out of his lungs from how bad it was. It was a one-sided fight, pretty sure. So, yeah. Aizawa was confused on how maybe he thought he had, like, a super strength quirk or something. But, nah. Deku explains, and, Night Eye also explains. So, they know, it's like, so we can become citizens of society. And we're invited to this school called UA, I believe you called it. For what reason do we have to join you? I mean, as you know, we skip to, the 10 months beginning. The week is over. And that's why I end this video.